Hi everybody, Tyler here. So today I want to, as I usually do, continue off of what I was talking about on Sunday, and I want to continue that into today. So I highlighted the artist R Carlos Nakai on Sunday. As I said then, he's an incredibly influential Native American flute player, and so I wanted to talk about one of my favorite of his albums. It's just simply called Canyon Trilogy, and it's difficult to kind of explain if you don't know what the Native American flute sounds like, but the whole album is very calm, very peaceful, and it's simply R. Carlos Nakai playing Native American flute. Now, some of his albums do feature drum work or other instruments, but this particular one, as well as several of his others, only feature him on flute. Now, he plays several different flutes throughout the album, so there are different sounds, different pitches, all this kind of thing, so it isn't static in any way, and I think that's actually one of the strengths of this piece. It is incredibly, incredibly dynamic, and I know I said this multiple times in my video on Sunday, but it's very, very true. His playing style is incredibly fluid, almost like water. Now, a lot of times with musicians, when you transition from one note to the next, there will be kind of a hiccup when you lift a finger or change to a different position with your mouth if you're playing brass, things like that. That is almost completely absent in this piece. It's actually really incredible and a testament to the skill of R. Carlos Nakai that he can play with such fluidity. I honestly find this piece to be incredibly relaxing. Every track kind of fades in and out to another, but at the same time remaining very distinctive. There are very strong themes and different chord progressions that are in each of the pieces, and in each of the tracks that distinguish them from each other. And I think that's actually one of my favorite parts about the album, is that even though it works together beautifully as one piece, it also really works individually as each track set apart. And I think that's part of the genius of R. Carlos Nakai. Now, I don't know how many of you out there are into anything like meditation or things like that, but I would highly recommend if you're ever interested in trying something like that, just put this album, go find it on YouTube. I linked to it on my Tumblr, and I'll link it below, where you can listen to a playlist of the album, and just close your eyes and breathe deeply. It feels like you are in the canyons that R. Carlos Nakai is trying to describe in his playing. And you really get a sense that you are in another place. And I find that really beautiful. Some of my favorite music is music that transports me to another place and another mentality, one that I'm not normally in my everyday life. And I think that's definitely one of the best parts about this album, is that the way that it can take you out of where you are and take you somewhere else. This is one of my favorite albums, period, and I would highly recommend checking it out. It's not very long. It's like 12 tracks or something, 12 or 14 tracks. None of the songs are super long or anything like that, but it is definitely worth a listen. Put it on in the background while you're reading or just something like that. It really gets in and digs into your subconscious when you're not paying attention, or when you are, and I think that's one of the coolest parts. I keep saying I think this is the coolest part, but I gotta say, I really think that the whole thing put together is just really incredible, both as an expression of this kind of canyon mentality, but also that the Native American flute is a dynamic instrument and not just one that's kind of like a tchotchke or a toy, as is sometimes portrayed. It is a very serious instrument, and when you have mastered it and you use a quality instrument, it can be incredibly beautiful and incredibly powerful to hear. Speaking of course, check out his music below. I'll link it as well as my other social media. But look forward to this on Friday. I'll be playing some Native American flute myself. Apologies in advance because I'm not incredibly good, not as good as R. Carlos Nakai by any stretch of the imagination. But I hope if you guys will take a watch of that video, then you'll get an idea of what that kind of sounds like and look more into it, because R. Carlos Nakai is certainly not the only Native American flute player out there. There are others like him, and their music is really, really powerful and very moving. So with that, just remember, if you guys want to support me, if you want to see more videos, hit that like and subscribe button below. It really means a lot to me and it really helps. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.